And hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are continuing with our project called StackOverflow, and the first thing, as you can see, now I'm in our question page component, and the first thing will be to do a small refactoring, move some stuff to other components, create new components, because as you can see, this code for this component became really big, huge here. So and it's not even I'm not even done with this because there will be answers here and other comments and text areas and stuff like this. So I don't want to make it even messier here, so I need to do some small refactoring first, but then I will do the most important thing that is left on this project, which is this answer part, as you can see here on StackOverflow, and then also comments for answers. Then the next thing would be, I guess, page for each tag, so we can, I know, follow tags, and then maybe something better for the profiles and do public profiles for all users with usernames and stuff, and maybe some statistics for the number of votes and stuff like this. So, but first let's focus on this small refactoring. So let's go to the render method of this question page component, and here we have container. It's fine. If we have question, then we go with this. Question title is fine, question body okay, voting buttons. This component is using functions that are defined here, and I would like to move them inside this component, voting buttons, and this is voting buttons here and here and here and here, and it should be a separate component including those functions. Those functions should be inside this component. So first I will add some more information to this component, voting buttons. I will put also post ID, and this is the first one, so it's this one. So here it will be question.id. Alright, then we need initial values for this one, so it will not be total and it will not be user vote, but we will rename those to initial user vote and initial total. And let's go inside this component and let's rename those also here, initial user vote and initial total, because it's initial, because later on we will not know, we don't need to know on the page what is the value here inside. It will only be this component that will update value and send information to the backend. So let's go back here. We have renamed those here, but not here. So let's fix those to initial total like this, and here we have also initial user vote. Now it works. All right. So the first thing will be to move the functions. Those functions on arrow up click on and on arrow down click will not inform the parent component about changes. We will just update the database. So let's go back to question page. And as you can see, this component is running those two. So let's first go to handle on arrow up click. So when someone clicks on this one, and it's this function. So I will start by cutting this out, going back to voting buttons, and this crashed, but it's okay. And let's put function here. Alright, and now we have many problems here, and that's because those functions are not defined here. So let's fix it. We need to store the current count for these voting buttons. So we will use state. Let's go up here in the component and let's import use state from React. All right, and then we need to create a current count, total count for this component. So let's see how we name it. Total. Okay, so here will be const total and set total equals use state and default. Let it be 0. So now we can use this value instead. Let's see, where is it? Total, initial total. We don't need the initial total. Let's just use total. All right. And here instead of 0, let's use this property. So props initial total, or if it's not provided, then it will be 0. All right, let's now see this function. Handle on arrow up click. So when someone clicks on the arrow up, what do we need to do? We don't have any post ID, not here, but we have it in props. And we don't need to check what type of post is it. We just need to update our API that we clicked up, the up arrow. So if I just removed the part that checks what type of post is it, and we will just send this AJAX request. So we don't need this part. Instead we will do just props post ID. And let's see what happens in the response. In the response we check also what type of post is it. If it's a question, otherwise it's a comment. We don't need to know what is it. We just need to update the total that we have here. So we get the total in the response data, so we can just use it. Set total response data. Much better. And let's remove those two, because those are not required. Those should not be even provided to this component now. So I I could copy this function to make also the version with down voting, but to not copy paste code, I can just add a param here called direction, and here where those are used I can just do maybe also let's also rename it's not only arrow up click, so let's rename it handle on arrow up click, handle voting click. Yes, so on arrow up click let's replace with handle vote click and the direction will be up, and here on arrow down click let's replace it also with handle vote click and direction will be down. Now it's much better. It still fails, and that is because on question page on line 144 we are also using this component. Let's see here, we don't have this function and we don't need those properties here, so I'll just remove those. And now the problem is that on line 165 we are also using this component, but for comments, as we say here. So let's remove it. Those arrow up and arrow down clicks, we also need to rename those to initial total and initial user vote. Yes, we also need post ID, but this one is not like screaming about it, so let's fix it because the post ID should be required here. So I went back to voting buttons component, and now let's do post ID because we need this one, for example here. And post ID prop types is also number that is required. So now we did that post ID is required in voting buttons. Let's go back to our question page, and as you can see now it's this orange underline and it says that it doesn't have required attribute post ID. So let's add it, and in this example the post ID will be the comment ID, so it will be question comment.id. Okay, and it works, it renders, but the problem is I see that it doesn't show the initial values. So let's see voting buttons, let's go back here and let's see what is wrong. I will try to print initial total. Yeah, we have initial total here. Maybe if I do it like this. Yes, now it's much better. Alright, let's do initial total also required. Okay, it is required. Alright, there's a problem here. The direction is not used, direction variable, so we need to replace this up with direction. Otherwise, only even if you click arrow down, it will vote up. Alright, let's see now if it works. If we Yes, now it's 1, but it's still selected. Okay, it's still selected because the initial user vote doesn't update and will not update inside properties. Instead, we will also store it in our state here. So let's do const user vote equals, user vote, and we need also a function for this. So set user vote equals use state, and default will be null. Alright, and then no, default will not be null. Default will be props initial user vote. Now instead of passing user vote props initial user vote, here and here we will just use user vote variable. Alright, now if we click this one, it's still highlighted. Let's see why. Okay, here in handle vote click we need to update what is clicked. So when someone clicks with a specific direction, before doing a post request to our backend, let's just first update which arrow is highlighted. So if direction is up, and user vote is 1, actually I will first convert direction from the name to a number, or maybe I will not convert it. I will use 1 and -1 here. So here direction will be +1, and here direction will be -1, and here I will just create a new variable constant, direction name. If it's 1, then it will be up, otherwise it will be down, and here we will use this direction name. But here the direction will not be up or down, it will be 1 or -1. And I did it because then I can compare it directly with the user vote itself. So if the direction of the click is same as the current state, so if the, for example, arrow up is selected and we click arrow up, then we set user vote to null. Alright. Another scenario will be that direction is not the same as user vote. So let's do otherwise. Set user vote to the direction. Let's see what went wrong here. Alright, I messed up here. Direction name if equals direction. If direction is 1, then up, otherwise down. Alright, now let's test it again. Now it works. 1, 2, 1, 2, 0, 1. Yeah, very good. Now it works. Yes, it works. I wonder if we want to put set total also here. Yes, let's do this also here. Let's do set total, and we need to get the previous total, and then we just add the direction. So when someone when this arrow up is already clicked, and someone clicks it again, then we want to remove this point, so it will be minus direction. And let's comment this one for now, and let's see. Okay, this is not good because it's still 0. Let's see. Let's do it like this. If set total, and then if here, if the direction is 1, then we need to, if this one is clicked and we click it again, then we want to remove our vote, so it will be -1. So it will be total -1. Otherwise, if the arrow down is clicked and we click it again, then we want to do total +1. Let's see now. It almost works. Now we need also to fix it here. So set total, and here if someone clicks on an arrow that is not yet clicked, we will do total plus direction minus user vote. Let's refresh. Okay, works. 1 0 1 0 -1 0. Right, it works. Let's change this one. Now it's 1, now it's 0, now it's -1. Yes, it works. So the reason for this one was when someone clicks on an arrow that is not active, and we will set total to total that we already have. Then we add the direction. So for example, here it will be -1. So from the total we will remove 1, so it will be 0. And then we also want to do minus user vote. So the user vote now is 1 because it's selected here. So when I click on it, it should be -1. Yes. If there's no user vote, then total is 0. The direction added will be -1. So the summary of those two will be -1, and the user vote is 0. So when I click on this, it should be -1. Yes, it is. Alright, I will uncomment this one. We have this one in case when I click on an arrow and someone also clicked on it, then I want to see the summary that also includes the vote of this another person. Alright, so this works. Let's go back to our question page. Okay, I think we have another function that we can remove. Yes, handle on arrow down click. Removed. Now this function is not used. Let's remove this one. And I guess this function is also not used. So I will remove this one. This one was really complicated because I wanted to find vote summary inside array of comments. Now we don't need this monster because we are doing stuff by the book. Alright, let's do this one too. Okay, now something went wrong. It's 0. Why it became 1 when I clicked on it? Now it was 0. What the hell? Now it was 1. Okay, something is still wrong here. Let's see. So now it's 0. I will check our table. Votes. And the post ID is 10. So we have someone that voted 1. That is not my user. So it should be 1 here. Let's see why it's not. Let's first check initial value here. Or maybe I can do it like this. Inspect. And here I have my I use components here. Let's pick up this one. Voting buttons. And initial user vote is null, but it shouldn't be. Let's check back here. Let's refresh and let's see if we get it from the database. This is comments. This is question. Let's get preview. Question. User vote is null. Vote summary is 1. Let's go back to our components. Voting buttons. Initial total is 1. Alright, let's see why it's not. I will print this props initial total. Yeah, and we have 1 here. So if I didn't select anything, then it should be 1. Let's see what went wrong here. Maybe it's because of this red warning here. Initial user vote is marked as required. Let's make it not required. This one is still wrong. Alright, let's see why. So I get total here. Maybe just let's return total. this is a variable. Okay, it's 0, but it shouldn't be, because in initial total we have something better. It should be 1. Alright, let's see where set total is used. It's here on handle function. Right, then I don't know. I will comment out set total to see if it's changed by anyone. And let's try to print total back. Okay, now it's 1, as it should be. Let's comment this set user vote. It's 0, but it should be 1. Let's see what is wrong. Now, if I return total, not throw, total. Okay, then it's 0. But it should be props initial total 1. Alright. I will rename this one from total to current total. And here I will declare a new constant called total. That will be current total or props initial total. Alright, now I'll remove this one. Now I will use this. No, it's already used here, and it's 1. Now I will put here set current total. I will uncomment all those. And those I will replace with set current total. Now it works. I don't know why it didn't work with just having the initial value here, but good that we fixed it and it works. Alright, so this one works. Now if I click this one, yeah, it's 2, now it's 1, now it's still 1. Let's see, if I refresh, it's 1. If I click it, it's 1, but if I refresh, it's 0. But it should be selected. Alright, let's see. I guess it's the same problem with this one. So I will replace those with name current in it. So set current user vote and current, and I will also rename this one from user vote to current user vote. And now in here I will define a new constant, user vote, that will be here we'll do null as default, and if current user vote is null, then we will take props initial user vote, otherwise we will use current user vote. And here we want to use the user vote. Same here, user vote. Now it's clicked. Same problem, but it went faster to fix it. Alright, let's go back to question page. So here we have the question part. Here we have tags. Let's see. I will make it as a one line here. And it still works. Maybe it shouldn't be one line. Yes. Right. So let's put that as was. Here we have the question. Here we have comments. Alright, so for each comment we do this comment box, voting buttons, who and when, and X time ago and stuff. I will create a new component called comment to put everything in there. Comment.js, and it will be function comment, and export default comment. And in here we'll put all comment stuff. So let's go back to question page. And what do we want to put? Everything, including comment box. So let's cut this part and let's put it here. Alright, there are many things that are missing here. The first is comment box, so let's cut also that one out. So comment box, it's not used here. We will cut it out and move to our comment component. Yes. And style components have been imported. Nice. Let's see now here. Now this one is empty. We need to use our comment component. So let's do this. Comment. But we need to pass some information. So let's use comment as a variable, as a property name. Let's put here question comment. Let's go back to our component here. And instead using this question comment here, and there, we will get it from properties. Props, comment. Now it works. Nice. Alright. let's see what is next. Here we have my question comments. Here we print all the comments. Here we show question comment form, and if we don't want to show comment form, we show this. Wait, what happened here? Question comment is not defined. Comment.js 21. I guess I can just... Yes, it works now. It just needed a refresh. Alright, so we have this comments listed here, comment form, and add a comment button, and comments outer. And I will put all of this inside a new component called comments. Yes, just comments. File, new comments.js, function comments, and export default comments. And in this function we'll just return all the comments stuff. So let's go to question page, and let's just get everything here, cut, comments, paste. So as you see, we missed this comments outer thing. So let's go to question page, comments outer, it's here, cut, comments, and let's put it here. Alright, now we need this question comments variable, and instead let's use comments as a variable here. So I will go back to question page and I will put it there. So now we need to use it, and it will be comments, something around comments here, export default comments. The name is correct. Let's see. Here it is, comments. Right, and comments property will be question comments. That is. Now the problem is that inside our comments component we don't have we don't have this one, we don't have this one. This one we get from properties, so let's do props here, and let's here do props comments. Now we have one error less, and now we've show comment form and handle and comment, and show comment form and set show comment form. We need to, it was stored in state of the page, but now we move it here, so let's also add state in this component. So it will be import use state from React. Yes, and the first will be show comment form and set show comment form, and use state default will be false, and let's add const here on the beginning. Yeah, now it's my error. Now the only problem is that this one is not defined, and we just need to copy this function from our, or maybe cut out from our question page component. So it was something, yeah, this one, handle add component, handle add comment, sorry. So this one out from here, and I will add it to comments. Okay, now another question is not defined, and set question comments is not defined. The first one, question is not defined in comments. Alright, here question is not defined. Alright, so we need question ID in this component. I will define all stuff that are required in this component, so it will looks nice. Prop types from prop types. It should be this way, like this. Import prop types from prop types, and now at the bottom let's do comments prop types, and then all the stuff we need. So it will be comments, and it's prop types, I think, yes, it will be array, and it will be required. And the next thing will be question ID. So question ID, it will be prop types number, and it will be also required. And is it everything we need? Now we can replace this one with props dot question ID. Now we have problem with this one. Set question comments. Let's comment out for now, and let's go back to our question page, and this one has a warning because we need the question ID. Question ID will be question.id, but I will rename this question ID property because for now we have comments only on this question, but later we'll have also comments on answers. So instead of using question ID, let's do post ID. Let's go to our comments, and let's rename this one with post ID. And here we'll do just post ID like this. Yes. Wait. Alright, so now the problem is that we don't have set question comments, but where we get comments from? We get comments from properties. So we can store comments in our state. So let's just do const, and here the same problem will be current comments, set current comments, and use state like this. And then here we can define the comments, and this will be current comments or props comments. And here we can just remove the props part. Now it's empty. Let's see why. Let's do if this one is, or maybe they just messed up here. Okay, if the length of this one is 0, then we take the comments from the property, otherwise we take current comments. Now it works. I want to rename this one to initial comments, and I need to also put it here, initial comments, and also outside this here, initial comments. Right, now it's much better. Let's go back to, yes, we are on the question page. Let's see how big is it. Those 3 are not used, so I can remove those. Alright, those 2 are not used, so I can remove those. We are getting comments here. That's okay for now, because we use it as initial comments. Alright, then we just render all this. I think that is good enough. Alright, let's test with leaving a comment. It didn't work. Let's see why. I'll press refresh to see if we get this comment. Yes, we get this comment, but it has not been added. So let's go to comments and the function. Yes, this function, set question comments, need to be replaced with this that is not yet used. Done. Let's add another one. Test 2, add comment. Now it works. Alright. Alrighty, so the next, I will just do a small cleanup. Let's go to posts, and those 2 tests, I will remove them. Yeah, so now they're not here. Let's go back to question page, and now next part would be the answer part, answers, and this answer area. So let's start with our answer area. So I will create a small header here. Your answer. We have header here, header 1. Let's also add header 2 here. Oh, it's not defined. Let's go to header 1 and let's make a copy of it. New component, header 2.js. We header 2 and the size will be 1.6. Let's go back to question page and let's try again. Header 2. Alright, and in here we will put your answer. Let's see, your answer, yes. And before, let's put HR to separate all stuff here. Yeah, let's style this HR global styles, and HR will be margin from top and the bottom. Let's make it 20 pixels, and from the sides it's per 0. Now the, I don't know, is it color? Let's try with color first. Red. Border color, yes, it's border color that we need to edit, and I want the same color that we have here. that was RGBA 000.1. No, it was 255. Yes. Alright, your answer. Then we need to place this text area that we have also on our ask page. So let's go here, ask a question. Here we have this text area and the preview. So if we write something markdown or something like this, then it will have a preview. And I want to create a separate component of those two called markdown text area, or area with preview. Yeah, maybe this. Alright, so let's fix it. Question about the text area. Oops. Here's where it's defined. Alright. Alright, how to name those two? Yeah, maybe just question body. Not question, because it can be answered to post body. Yeah, just post body text area. So new file, post body text area, new file, post body text area.js, and here we will need the styling of this, like this. Then we'll do the function called post body text area, post body text area. It will return stuff here. Let's go to our ask page and to the place where this one is used. Yes, so we have this question about the text area, and we have also preview area. So I will cut those two from here, and I will put them here. Now the problem is that we can't return several elements here, so I will do this, cut here, paste. Alright, we don't have preview area here. Copy, paste. We don't have question body, but it doesn't matter yet for now. And we don't have those functions. Alright, let's go back to ask page and let's try to use this command. We can remove those two. And here we need to put this post. How will it go? Post body text area, but it's not exported yet. Export default post body text area. Save. Go back here. Post body text area. Like this. Now we have errors that those three are not defined here. So from here we will just add some properties. So first import prop types from prop types. And here post body text area, prop types, and let's define those. So we need value that will be prop types string, and it's required. Then we need also a function. Let's call it handle handle post body change, and let's put it prop types any, and I think that's it. So now let's here use props. We'll use props. Here we'll put props handle prop post body change. Here we need to put value, so it will be props dot value, and here we also need value, so it will be props value. Yes. Now we have the error because we need to pass those parameters here. So the value will be let's see, question body and question body. Then we need also handle post body change. So we have value here, and we can do set question body to value, and now it works. Let's go back here. Everything looks nice. So let's fix small things here. I want to see preview only if the value is not empty. So props value, we have props value and props value like this. Props value in length is bigger than 0. Then we do those. Yeah. And now if we start typing, alright, and I want also to rename question parts from here, so it will not use question word. Body text area should be enough, and now it works. And placeholder I want to remove from here, and I want to add props value, not value, placeholder. I will also add here placeholder will be prop type string, but it will not be required. But I will ask, I will put it here. Placeholder and the one I copied. Alright, now let's go back to our question here. Right, your answer. Here let's also go to question page, your answer. And now we can use this component we created, post body text area. So post body text area. Value will be, let's do empty for now. Placeholder. Your answer goes here. You can use markdown. and function to handle post body change. Let's make it empty for now, and that will be it. So first I will make it a little bit prettier, like this. Save, and we have this texture effect here. All right. It looks nice. So the next thing, let's do. The next thing to do will be to add a button here and fix so we can type here, because for now the variable will be still empty string. We need some state here. Let's create new state for us. So this one will be called answer text and send answer text, or no, body. Use state, default will be empty string. Now let's use it. Answer body, and here let's see, what do we have? Well, how do we pass it here? Okay, we pass the value. So here we can use the value set answer body to value. So now if we type here, it shows here. And I guess we can also add some links. Yes. Right, so this works. Now the next thing is that we need a button to post the answer. So we have this as a component, so let's just use blue button. Post your answer. It's smaller here. Okay. Maybe not that small. Yeah, it can be big. It doesn't matter. I want to add some small spacing here. Let's try margin, and let's do 10 pixels, 0 and 10 pixels. It doesn't work. Let's see why. Let's try with 20, 120. Okay, now it works. Alright, it doesn't work because we have already margin from the HR here. Alright, let's try 50-50. This one is too big. That's 20. Yeah, now it's much better. Let's see, how do they have it here? Not that big. Let's try 30. Yeah, now it's much better. So I placed the style here because I don't want to edit all header to components. Alright, now the next thing would be to, when we click this one, we want to save it to the database. So button, on click, do stuff, and on the click of this button we want to have another function called post comment. It will be empty for now. Post comment. Button, if it probably sends an event, so let's pass it, and just in case, let's do even prevent the default. Prevent default. Alright, so with this answer, what do we want to do? We want to send it to our backends. So let's use post http ://localhost, and we have here 3030 comments, just comments, and we need to put data here, and here we need to put with credentials to true, so we know the token of the user who posted this comment. And then what do we want then? Then we want to get the response, and from the response we want to set answers. So we set answers, a function that we don't have yet, that we don't yet have, and here response data. So let's first add this function. It will be stored in our state, so let's do const answers and set answers, use state empty array as a default. Alright. Alright, now we need the backend functionality for this. So let's go to our API, and then we have some different routes here. Let's open comment routes. And what do we have here? Wait, it shouldn't be route, it should be comment routes. It should be probably answers. We could use comments, because I guess the structure is almost the same, right? Comment routes. If we post a comment, we get the body, we check the token, then we send them back. Yeah, we can use comments. It's just different name. It should be named posts, but it doesn't matter. Let's go to a question page. Comments. We need to send data. Let's see what was the data here. We need to send the content and post ID. Oops. So here I will create data constant here, const data, and this will be post ID. That will be question ID, because we'll leave answer on the question, and the next thing will be content, and why do I change post comment function? Let's see what it was. content will be answer body. It shouldn't be post comment. It should be rename post answer. Yes, I have renamed it to post answer. Right, so the problem is now that we put post ID to know on what post we want to post this answered question, but in our backend we don't know if it's an answer or a comment. So we need to send this information as a probably type. So let's send type, and the type here will be answer, and let's go to comments component and handle add comment. Here we need to add type comment. So we have type comment here, and here we have type answer. Alright. The next thing will be to go back to our comment routes. The naming of these routes is wrong. It should be posts routes. And here we also will get type. And let's put it in the database. And in our posts table, let's modify the table. And we need also type. And it will be varchar, I don't know, max 100. And now the problem with our post is that type is empty. So this one will be actually question, not questions, question. Let's make this wider. And this will be also question. All of those will be question. And those will be comments. So let's do a comment. Copy, paste. And let's save it. Alright. Now let's go to comment routes. And I want actually to rename this file. So I will start with renaming this one refactor. Rename from comment routes to post routes. It has been renamed, but now so many places will not work. I also want to change the paths here from comments to posts. Here, posts here, and only to routes we have defined here. And right, I also want to change this rename file comment functions to posts functions refactor. And from get post comments is okay, but where we select post comments, we want to add where not only parent SD is this, but type is comment. Now if we go to post routes, this one should be posts functions.js. Yes. And now if I refresh it will not work. Yes. I need to go back to question page. And now here instead comments I will do posts. Let's see if something have changed. No. Here also posts. All right. Let's see what is wrong here. Network. Refresh. So we failed to get the question. Let's try again. Right, let's see if there's something wrong here. Yes, it is. It has failed. And let's go to index.js of our API. And as you can probably see, this is not correct. So it should be posts, routes. No, post routes. Let's see if this helped. Yes, now it works. Alright. So let's go back to question page. And here we have post answer. And we send it. Now if we go to post routes, here we post it. We put the type here. So everything should just work. Let's put my first answer. Post your answer. Nothing happened. Let's see if we have it in the database. Yes, we do. So the parent ID is 10, this question, yes, and its answer. Yes, so it worked. And let's go to our question page. So now we need to fix so we show the answers here. Alright, so after someone posts the answer, we also want to reset this area here, so it will be set answer body to an empty string. Let's refresh, so it will be empty. Now we want also to list the answers. So above this form, let's do answers map answer, and for now let's just do a div with answer content, and we don't have anything inside answers. We need to fetch answers first. So here we get the question. So we get question, get comment, but we don't get answers. Alright, so let's fix it. Get answers will be almost the same as get comments. Maybe not get comment, but something between get question and get comments. So let's see what is inside get comments, and let's write a similar function to get answers. I will just copy paste this part. So as you can see, where we get comments, we also need to put what type of posts is it. So I will add a param here. It doesn't need to be a variable, so this one will be comments, and here answers, because I think otherwise we will get the answer here. But maybe not now. Let's go back to post routes. Get post comments. Okay. So here we return only comments. Let's go back to our question page and let's see how it's structured. So posts, and then the type, and then the ID. Here we have it. But now we need to add also type. Const type will be request params type, and we could those two make into a one-liner. So let's do it. Type like this, and now we want to use this type to get only comments or answers. So I think I will change get post comments function, and it will use get post children. Rename get post, not this one. Rename get post children. And now here I will put also type, or no, it will be a second param type. And let's see where is it used. Here and here, 12 and 29. So here we'll put also type that we get from the URL, and also 29. It's here. We can use also type here from the post body. Alright, I hope it still works. It does. Alright, so now we want to display, let's go back to displaying the answers. Let's go to a question page. Now with the answers that we have in the response, let's just set them to with set answers response data. Nothing happened because this one is not called anywhere. So here let's do get answers. Okay, it did something. Let's go back here, get answers. Okay, I think that the problem is that in our post routes and in get post children we have this variable here, but we are not using it. We are just getting comments. So here it will be type equals type, or we can just do type because the name is the same. Refresh. Now it doesn't work. And let's see why. Do we have anything here? Yes, we do. In our post routes on line 13 there's an issue. Let's go to the top of this problem. Cannot remove headers after they are sent to the client. Okay, I guess that the problem is that this select fails. Let's see why. Do we need to type equals type? No. Type comment. Okay, now it will work. I know what is the problem. The problem is that in our routing we send with s, and here we don't want to have this s part. So in our Ajax request we send with s, and here we don't want to have this s. So let's go back here and let's remove s if it's there. So if type substring and from almost the one, it will be type length minus 1, and the length will be null. If this, so this will select the last letter. If this is s, if the last letter is s, then we want the type to be type substring from 0 to almost the end, so it will be type length minus 1, so without the last letter. Now we want to use this type, so let's do like this, and now let's see if it works. Yes, it does. Here we have my first answer. Yoo-hoo! I can close terminal now, and let's see. In our question page, now we can style answers. So let's go to answers. Alright, so let's start with HR. So there'll be some separation. Now we want to also use Markdown here. Let's see how it's used in question. It's just React Markdown. So let's copy this part and here, and instead of using question content we will use answer content. Save. Yeah, my first answer. Alright, so now the thing is that we also want to have this voting or rating function here. So I can use this question body thing here that will have voting buttons. And yes, only voting buttons, because it will not have tags, but it will also have comments, but comments are later on. Alright, so first I will remove question body to post body, because it can be both question and answer. The next thing will be just to copy voting buttons maybe, and let's go here. Post body. Here we'll have voting buttons and this markdown text like this. Yeah, so we have this, but this one now is the same as this one. So let's update voting buttons here. So the initial total will be answer user vote, and the initial total will be answer, as I remember it was something like vote summary like this, and here it will be answer ID. Alright, so let's see if we have those inside our answers. Refresh, and here I will do answers, and we have this request. We get one answer. User vote is null and vote summary is null. Alright, it should be 0, but it's null, but we can fix it most likely in voting buttons. So alright, so if those properties are null, then we want to put zeros instead. So maybe like this. Yes, now it's 0. And current user vote. If no, not here. Let's see, user vote is, if the current user vote is null, then we get initial user vote. Otherwise we get current user vote. So if we get this one and it's not okay, then we put 0. But we don't have to. Initial user vote can be null and it should be okay. Alright, so it works. Now let's see if I can, I will just open network tab just in case, if I can upvote my first answer. Yes, I can, and it works. Let's see if I refresh, if it's still upvoted. It's upvoted, but it's not 1 here. Let's see why. What do we have in answers? User votes is 1 and vote summary is 1. Okay, it says okay in everything looks fine in the response. Let's see in our component here. So in this voting buttons, no, it's not those. We need to select those. Alright, initial total is undefined. Okay, let's go up to question page, and there's a state called answers. Yes, here's answers. Okay, I guess I may have misspelled the property name. Let's go to question. Yes, it's not vote summary, it's votes summary. now it's 1. Here, now it's correct. That's -1, now it's 1. Okay, it doesn't work, it should. Let's refresh, it's 0, now it's 1, now it's 0. That's -1, now it's 0. Now it's 1, now it's 0. Okay, that is strange. Now it works fine. Okay, I don't know what it was, but now it works. Alright, so we have answers. Now we want also comments on those answers. So same comments we have here, we also want to have comments here. Alright, so often under the answer body, the content of the answer, we want this small line. So let's see how is it done in post body. Here in the question area we get question meta. Alright, I think this one is just question box that creates all those lines. Let's see, we have answers here, we have post body. Now let's add just comments. Initial comments will be empty and post ID will be answer.id. Yes, now I have this add a comment button link. Alright, so now let's see if I can leave my comment here. My first comment on an answer the comment, it didn't show where it's supposed to show. What if I refresh? No, because we don't put any initial comments here, so it doesn't show. Now we need to also fetch comments for answers. So it will be get comments here for the question and get comments for answers. So this one could be rename to get question comments, and we can create another function, get answers comments, and it will do like same stuff here, but here we don't want to pass one ID, we want to pass multiple IDs. So to do this, let's define IDs first. So to get the IDs, we have answers and we can map them. So for every answer, let's just get answer.id. Alright, so we have an array of IDs here. So the only thing I want to do here is to do IDs and join them with a comma, like this. Now in our backend I need to check if IDs is an array. So let's go to post routes. Here in gate we have post ID, and it can be actually post IDs. So this one is not correct because we get post IDs. Alright, so now I will leave this type thing, but for post IDs, I will do like const post IDs will be request params post IDs, and I will split it with comma. And then I will use it in this function post IDs. And I need to also update this function so it will respect several IDs. So here we have parent ID is post ID, parent ID is post IDs. Let's see if it breaks, and it should. It did not yet. Okay, let's see where we get this answer that we don't have here. Let's go back to our question page and let's see where were we. So get answers comments. We need to set those answers comments, so it should be another state. It will be set answers comments, but we don't have it yet. We need to set it in our state. So it will be answers comments, and oh, not this way, answers comments, and set answers comments equals use state and empty array as a default. Now the problem is, now we need to use those answers comments in our comments component somewhere down here. Here in initial comments, answer comments. It will not show yet because we don't fetch those comments yet. That's why it's gray, it's not used. But the problem is, if we just put it here, it will fetch the comments for answers that we don't yet have, because the application didn't load yet the answers. So I need to wait for answers to be loaded, fetched from the database, and then I can fetch comments for those answers. So I can do either put it here and fix get answers, or I can go to get answers, and after we get the answers and we set them, I can do get answers comments, and that will work too. Now if I refresh, it doesn't work. Let's see, get answers comments, set answers comments, response data. Well, it should work, but we have an error here. Right, I think that the error is that we need to update in post functions. We can just put it post ID circ here. We need to do where in, and parent ID post IDs like this, and remove from here. Let's refresh. No, it didn't work. Do we still get this error? Yes. post routes 14. No post function, post routes 14. Okay, so this one failed. Let's see what happened here. Network. Let's use comment. Let's find the comments. Here we have alright, let's go back to our question page. Let's see what do we have here. So it looks like we don't put any IDs here. I will console log IDs just to be sure. IDs are IDs. We have IDs here. We get one ID, but that should work. If we have IDs of just 18, can we join IDs with like this? Yes, we can. Do we need paradise here? Okay, it still tries to go to comments. Let's do here maybe join. And here we can do just IDs. And let's refresh. Okay, it still tries to get just comments, and we put the IDs here. Alright, but now it's empty. Why is it empty? Okay, IDs is empty, but those are not empty, right? Now it works. And if I refresh, okay, it's weird that it doesn't work after I refresh. Ah, okay, I know why. It's because that even if I do get answers after I fetch the answers, I run this get answers comments, but answers are not set yet because this is an async function. But I guess I can do like this. Let's now try to refresh. Network. No, still the same problem. Set answers. Let's see if it will work if I wait a second. Set timeout. I will do this after a second. Let's refresh. And it didn't work. Let's wait 5 seconds. And let's try again. Four, 5. Okay, here we got those. get answers comments. Okay, I will try to console log answers to see if those are empty. Answers. I will clean everything and let's run it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still empty. Let's see. So answers is empty. I will decrease it to 3 seconds. Two, 3. Answers is empty. That's weird because we have answers here. Let's see, have I misspelled something? Alright. What can be wrong now? What if I run it this way? Still the same problem. Get answers comments. Let's go state not available, not updated in function, functional component. I think this one is not related. Okay, I can't find an answer, but we will fix it. Yes, we'll fix it. So the answers is empty. It's an empty array. What if I will put it somewhere else? What if I will put it here? Let's clean it. Refresh. 1, 2, 3. Okay, answers is still empty. Wait, if I put it this way. One, 2, 3. Okay, answers is still empty. Alright. Right, what is wrong here? So let's put just one here and see what will happen. Refresh. Then it's 1. Let's do some googling. Use state not updated in another function. Alright, I know other way we can fix it. To this, let's go back here, and we can take this one, get answers comments. We can go to get answers, and in here we can put answers as a parameter here. So get answers comments. Here we can do answers now. If I refresh, let's see. Okay, clear, refresh. I think it works, but it doesn't show anything. Let's see why. So for answers, initial comments, answers comments. We don't have anything. Let's see. Posts. That's true. My first comment to my first answer. Add comment. Okay, so this one doesn't work. Cannot post to comments. Let's see. Let's go to post routes. And here. Let's see, where do we post? In comments. We shouldn't post to comments, we should post to posts. Let's go back to comment form. And we need to fix this one. Handle add comment. Here we should do it to posts. Right, now let's see. My first comment on my first answer. So we post to posts with content post ID and the type comment. Something doesn't work. Let's see what it is. Comment post routes. So if we post here, let's catch an exception console log, or just console log. And here let's just do a test. Okay, so there is a mysql error. Type comment group by post ID. Unhandled promise rejection. Parse error. You have error in your SQL syntax. Okay. Is it here? Probably it is. I guess it should be always an array. Yes. Now let's see, test. Ah. Now we have those. Now it's cool. I will remove some of those. I'll remove those too. Alright. Now I can close this one. And if I refresh, now I have only this one, and I can vote too. That is really nice. I will post another one. Test 2. Add comment. That is really nice. Alright, so we have questions. We have answers. We can post answers. My second answer. Yes. Alright, this is not good. The comments are showing on both. We should filter what comments are showing where. So in our question page, where we put answers, we have initial comments here, but we have here comments to all answers. So I will map them, and in here we have comment, or not map, I will filter them, and we want to only if comment parent ID equals answer.id. Okay. Now let's refresh. So we have test 2 here. Let's add test 3. Test 3 is here, test 2 is here, and the first one is here. Let's refresh. Okay, now it works. I will downvote this one, refresh, and it's downvoted. Really nice. And second answer will be up, and this will be downvoted. Let's see, downvoted, upvoted. Yes, it works. Alright, so we have questions, we have answers, we have comments on questions and answers. We can post new answers, we can post new questions. Alright, so the next thing should be the tags or public profiles, but first we need to fix those X time ago. So in posts table we don't have any column to store date, so I will create a new column here and I will call it created at, and it will be date time. The default will be current timestamp. Let's see if this works. Yes, it does. So if I refresh, okay, they got default as the current date. Alright, so I will create a new comment, test4, maybe here, just to see. Let's reload. Yes, and it's 1 minute later. So now I want to use this created at. So let's go to question page, and it should be on both answers, or it should be on answers here, on question, and on comments. So let's start with the question. Here is X time ago, and for now I will just put it like this: question created at, and we have this weird timestamp here. Can we do tool local date string? No, because we need to do date new date and then format I think it was like this. New date okay. How can I format it then? So let's be new date, a format year. No, let's see how to format days. Okay, it's this way. Dot format hours, minutes, seconds. Is it like this? Let's refresh, and it didn't work. Format is not a function. I don't know why. Let's use created at for now. And here I will console log question created at, and see what it is. Type of, it's string. I want to also remove those answers. Right, if it's string, then let's just display it. But we want to make it prettier. Right, I will create a component that will take this value and make it prettier, just like this. So I will go to here and new file, time, or just when.js, and function when, and then export default when, and here return I have props, and inside props I have children. Or child. Let's see, question page. And here let's do when. And it breaks. Let's see why. Because it should be children. Right, and now in children it's a string, so we can replace the t with an empty space. Yes, and we can do substring from 0 to props children length minus 5. Yes, now it's only date and time. Okay, let's use it. Later we can do so it will be X time ago, 5 minutes ago, or stuff like this. I will do this, but maybe not now. Let's go back to question page and let's fix other X time ago things. So where is it? X time ago. It's also in the who and when. We use it also in comments. Here we have comment. Let's go inside comment. And in comment we do here username and here X time ago. Let's replace this with when. And in here we can do and here we can do props comment created at. So now we have those timestamps here. Alright, and the answer does not have any timestamps. So I will fix it to let's go to a question page and let's scroll to the answers. So for each answers we have those stuff here. post body, but then we need to do who and when, and in here we need to add when, and the when is answer created at, well, it shouldn't be here, but it's because tags are let's see, this one and when is display line blocks float right. We need to do style float none on here, style float none. But it needs to be on the right side, and it can be actually inside this area here. So let's put it here alongside with the markdown. And the markdown will also be here. Okay, my first answer, my second answer, but those needs to go to the right side. Let's see why they're not. Okay, because they are small. And when. Okay, I think I just need to make them with 100% in those. Okay, now it works. We need to add also by who. So by who, let's see, how do we do this here in question. I will copy this part, and here on the answers I will paste it. We have the when part. Okay, let's just add no breaking space. It works. It's not in the same line, but it works. We will fix small details later. Alright, so we have questions, we have answers, we have comments, we have timestamps that we will later fix to prettier timestamps, like, oh no, we need to remove this time ago comment, time ago, remove. Later we'll change those to 5 minutes ago or stuff like this, but not in this stream. So the stuff that we have left is profile pages, public profile pages for all users, and tags pages, but this will be for another stream. So that will be all for today. Thanks for watching, subscribe and leave a like, and see you in the next one, and have a nice day.